So, hello, how are you today? So, my name is Kia, and today we're going to be talking about knowing your self worth and being loyal to yourself, okay? Yes, let's do it, let's get to it. So, honestly, I have experienced shit. I said this so crazy. I have extensive experience when it comes to dating and stuff like that, or like, you know, you live and you learn. My dating past has been interesting, very interesting, and I just want to talk about it. I would be lying if I was to say, I always knew my worth. I always knew that I am that bitch. And when love is gonna happen, it's just gonna happen. And it was not always me. I feel like not my whole life, but like for a while, I was just so eager to find my man, find my bae, fit into the lifestyle that social media be selling us, especially Facebook. Like, oh, where's my man? And me being so eager to be like, I got him. There's plenty of times where I went against what I ultimately believed, or like ignored red flags, honey. Okay, like all of that. And I'm gonna spill you my mistakes and stuff that I do to just remain loyal to myself and just show my just caring, loving energy to myself. And then when my man comes, because he's coming, but when he do make his ultimate appearance in my life, that I am complete, he's complete, and I know it ain't gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be close to. So let's get into the mistakes that I made. So, let's talk about since this one just popped in my head. So okay. So I wanna say, okay. So a mistake that I made was when a dude shows to me or reveals to me like how he actually feels about me, but like being disrespectful in some type of way. Like, girl, should I tell you a little story? Should I tell you a little story? Maybe I should. Let me share with y'all this little short story. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so it was this one time that like I was talking to this dude, and basically we was talking for a minute. We weren't talking that long, but we was kind of like moving way too fast, which is another red flag for me. Now I know some people relationship really progress quickly and they still be good. Like they be together for a very long time. It works out. It's all good. All the type of stuff. It's great. All of it. But for me, I don't think it also depends on if you were the right person. I most definitely was with the wrong person. It moved too fast. Did not really know him that well. And so anyway, he ends up butt dialing me while I'm at home. I think he's at school level. And I'm sorry I'm like talking like this, but I gotta be talking about it, so let's get to it. Okay, but yeah. So he ends up butt dialing me, and I answer it. So I'm like, hello. And then I realized that his ear ain't to the phone, so he talking and having a conversation with seems to be his friends and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. So he then goes to say, I got me a dark skinned bitch. She type of shit. I don't know what he talking about, but it was very disrespectful to me. I felt like that was disrespectful as hell. Like, me and you, I ain't even, what are your intentions? Because we like first started talking, and I think like, I don't know, and I'm just like, what? He talking about me? You talking about me? Instead, like, you say you talking about him, so you talking about me? Sound like me. I ain't thick, but like, talking about me. So I ain't got no big booty, but like, you talking about me? So like, the stuff that he was saying was just like very degrading and disrespectful, and I was like hearing this, I'm like, oh my god. And then he was talking, then he realized that I was on the phone. He's like, hello, and I was like, he said, what you doing? I'm like, this nigga think I'm stupid. What the fuck? So I just hung up in his face. And then, girl, your girl, I don't know what it was. I guess because this person was like, outside of like high school, there was like one of like the most serious, whatever the hell that was, ships I was in. So I don't know if it was because like, I don't know, it's my hormones at the time or what it was, but at the time I was just feeling like, oh my god, like I really have feelings for him. But now looking back, I'm like, I don't think I really did. But yeah, that was how I was feeling at the time. So he was talking to me, and I think I stopped talking to him. Then I ended up seeing him, and then after that we ended up talking, messaging each other, and then me took the dude back. Yeah, I mean, you live, you learn, right? I guess one of the biggest things that I feel like you should learn from me when it comes to that is to, when someone shows you how they is, believe it and cut them the fuck off, okay? Stop it. And then don't be the first. Don't keep letting people back into your life either. When you done with them, be done with them, okay? Be done with them. And also, when someone has showed you that they're dirty, and then you have like your friends or like people you really trust telling you like, hey, this person ain't right, I don't feel them, especially somebody that you really trust. Cause I know some people be out here scheming, you know, but if it's somebody that you really trust and they're like, you know, I don't think he's right, blah blah blah, listen, because honey, there's plenty of times I dodged bullets. I dodged these hoes, okay? Oh yeah, and then like after that, I started talking to him, then I stopped. Because it started to come more real to me that, yeah, he just wants the coochie. I'm just gonna stop talking to him, or I'm gonna let him know like, yeah, I don't wanna talk to you no more. So me being a goody two shoes or person that feel, I guess at the time I feel like I always had to, I wasn't really looking out for Kia. I was looking out for the other person's feelings. I wasn't really trying to understand my own feelings or be there for me, or like be like, yeah, you're right, feeling this type of way, fuck them, blah blah blah, thinking about me. I was thinking about them, so I was thinking about his comfort other than my comfort, and I was like, let me tell him that I'm not gonna talk to him. When I'm like, now I'm like, girl, fuck him, just stop, you know. But I also was like, well, I think this is more healthier, blah blah blah, whatever. So I decided to call him, and then when I tried to call him, this nigga call him and tell him, they're like, hey, I don't want to do this no more, blah blah. They were trying to say, he's like, well, you know, you should, you like trying to like persuade me that like this is not what I want to do, which also counts to like, watch out for manipulation, honey. Watch out for manipulation, okay, and lying, okay. But anyway, yeah, so he was trying to persuade me like this ain't what I want to do, and I'm like, you know what, fuck this, I'm just gonna text, I'm I was just like, you know what? No, and then I think I ended up texting him. I'm like, you know, did what I want to do. And then he was like, well, I think we should be friends and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't want to be your fucking friend. Because I'm just thinking, like, if I actually do find the right person and I'm still friends with you, like, hell no, bitch. What the fuck you mean? You ain't blocking my blessing. Bye. So I just completely ghosted him, and that was that. You know, sometimes you gotta ghost people because you gotta do what's best for you. And the second lesson, another lesson would probably be, yeah. When a person lies to you and you catch them in a lie, don't be trying to make sense of it and be like, well, don't be making excuses for nobody. He lied, okay? He lied. He will do it again, and you will be confused. I'm telling you, when I get your mind, if you're a little bit hard to pull back, you do need. Sometimes it helps to have a trustworthy person that you can trust, that can see it, can really see it. And I'm just so happy that I ghosted this dude when I did, because I remember after being away from that person and not talking to that person, it really gave my mind the time to really see things for how they is and not like see everything for the good. Because this also another thing that I do or have did when it came to not so good situationships with people that I dated. Like, that's another thing. If you're talking to a person, dating a person, going with a person, whatever, and this is one thing I had to deal with, like, for me, those people wanted to talk to me every fucking day. Not all of them, but most of them want to talk to me every fucking day. Yeah, because, like, you know, when you're around a person a lot, and, like, if you're anything like me, like, sometimes you become like almost like a sponge. Like, if you're around a person for a certain amount of time all the time, you can kind of like take on that other person's energy. And I just think it's more healthier to, like, even if you have a partner or like anybody, especially if you just talk to somebody for the first time, like, I don't know if that's just me, I feel like you need some space. Like, don't talk to me every fucking day. Like, give me some time to myself. And I'm not just saying like good morning, like a good morning text every day. I'm just saying like wanting to have a full conversation with a girl every freaking day. And that is like how most manipulators or abusers in a relationship really get a person, or gets, whether we talking about a man or a woman. Like, when you are able to connect with somebody in some type of way, like share feelings, share emotions, whatever it is, y'all making a connection. And once that connection has been somewhat kind of made, like when they ask you, they've been to share they shit with you, and then they ask you to share your stuff with them, there's forming some type of connection. Like, and then when you form that, and you had like, you always around this person, you hadn't really took the time out to be like, oh well, what do I feel like? Where's my energy for it? I'm feeling all of this person. Where do I even like him for real, or I'm just used to being around him or her? You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, like, you ain't gotta talk to a person every day to want to, you know, to want to know them or want to make them something bigger or whatever. Like, you ain't gotta do all that. Like, I just feel like we all need our personal space, okay? You gotta be around me all the time. Like, do your own thing. I do my own thing, you do your own thing. Don't, if you know you ain't there that good. Like, your cup ain't full. You ain't filled your own cup with that love and affection from yourself, honey. Don't you go out there searching for that shit within someone else. Do it for yourself first. Okay? Do it for yourself first. Okay? Okay? It's how and then we want our man to be on the same level, because I know a lot of people, these fixing relationships. Now I feel like, now one of us, ain't none of us perfect. But if you gotta be a mama or a daddy to somebody all the damn way, honey, you might want to question it. But okay, and let's get back to the video, because I kind of did say this in the video, so had they trying to like call you on the phone every day, like every day, or the conversation always leads to like sex or like shit like that. Even though that's basics, but sometimes when you in the moment, you just don't be thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be. When you see a red flag, cut it. Stop texting them. Whatever you can do to protect yourself. Think about yourself and not the other person. Okay? That's what I wish I would have told my past self without, like, it kept me so conflicted. Like, oh my God, what's the right thing? What's the wrong thing? Blah, 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 blah. Think about yourself, not the other person. Okay, let me see another red flag. Or I also say, don't stop befriending your ex, especially if you don't see yourself getting back into a relationship with them. Because if you know somebody better is out there for you, why are you keeping your ex around? Like, it's just like, think about, like, okay, new bae here, ex is my friend, but it's just like, what if ex can come in between you and your new man or your new girl? Like, it just gets so messy, and who wants that mess? Like, surrounded around people, like, girl, you don't want that, you know. Or I think another thing I feel like would be, when it comes to people, you interact with people, you're dating people, period. But I think this works for dating too. If a person, when you're around them, like, they make you feel drained, or you feel sick after talking to them, you just don't feel good, I think that's a sign from your body and from your intuition telling you, stop it. Don't talk to this person. Stop it. It ain't right for you. Okay? Because that actually happened to me. You know? Like, what? And then also, I think another mistake or like tip would be like learning to read between the lines. Okay? For me, like, if something that a person said don't sit right with you, take time out to yourself to be thinking through, like, actually, like, think. Like, yeah, is this, I don't know about this person, you know what I'm saying? Or you can try to have a conversation, like, but like I said, read between the lines. Speaking of read between the lines, y'all need to listen to this song. It's called Read Between the Lines by Leo. Okay? Because, honey, because I'm telling you, people will fake too. Watch out for fake nice dudes, okay? Because I experienced them too, okay? Watch out for fake nice dudes. okay? People do ones that be like, oh, I'm holding the door. Like, ain't nothing wrong with holding the door, but like, you can kind of tell when someone is not genuine, or like sometimes they fake real good. That's why I say read between the lines, honey, because what they say and their actions and what they actually do just completely, what they say they're gonna do completely differ from what they actually do, or what they tell you one time will completely contradict what they said the next time. Like, be like, what the fuck? They have you confused, cause sometimes they forget, you know, and then they be lying too. But okay, anyway, so so those are a little bit of my life lessons given to you in the form of tips, wisdom to take in, honey. So you don't make the same mistakes that I made, or you don't get too deep to where you're not able to get pulled out, you know? So, okay. So, I want to talk about like just being able to really get into knowing your worth and like being loyal to yourself. So like I said, you want to pour into yourself as though you're pouring into another person in a relationship, like as like, or as you would want somebody else to love you. Would that make any sense? I think that does. Or like just being able to boost yourself up. And I know I used to always hear people say this in videos and stuff, but I never took the action needed necessarily, like, or I would start and then I would stop. But you must really be able to decide, like, I am finna start putting myself first, and I'm finna start thinking about myself more, and I'm finna start building myself up and let my whole existence, my fucking body, my face, my arms, my legs, and everything that I really do appreciate them, whether that is working out, whether that is doing affirmations or whatever it is, like doing shit that you like, or just, I feel like the biggest thing is that you will need to do by being loyal to yourself is make sure that you defend yourself. I won't say like start arguments with anybody or anything like that, but like if there is anything, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself, having a voice. And I know sometimes this develops over time, the more we start to really appreciate the person that we are and actually accept the person that is looking back at us in the mirror. And that takes, it takes practice. It takes time and practice. I know a lot of people do mirror work. They like look in the mirror, say a lot of affirmations to lift themselves up, or just saying affirmations period. Or when you get a negative thought, retrain your mind to think positive thoughts behind it. Or standing in the mirror naked, like butt naked. Girl, I be doing this. I feel like I'm getting more, I feel more comfortable with my body than ever. So maybe you should try that. Like stand in the mirror naked, just like admiring what you see in the mirror, because like, and not allowing yourself to compare yourself to others, which can be hard, especially with social media, but it is possible. Okay, retraining yourself period, to be able to acknowledge or be conscious of what are your thoughts and what are other people's thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Being able to distinguish the two, because a lot of times I don't think that, you know, if I know from my own experience, some of us probably wouldn't dislike ourselves that much if we didn't hear other people being like, oh, you look bad, or oh, or seeing somebody with the same exact body as you and they change their body, and then you like, oh my god, so I need to I need to do it. Not saying that like changing your body or changing your appearance is bad, because I'm all would do what makes you happy, okay? But like a lot of times we soak in a lot of different things that's going on around us that we just forget to actually ask ourselves, like, how do I actually feel about myself? Or like reprogram myself to like throw away all this other shit that was pushed into my mind and push that out of the way and create my own feelings and thoughts. Because honey, like the ideal bodies nowadays, at one point it was you know, skinny, like being really skinny, like these Victoria's Secret models. And now, you know, with social media, everybody's trying to get very curvaceous, and it's just very interesting to see, like, it really took social media and a couple of celebrities to decide, like, oh, this is cool now. Because it was plenty of times where I remember growing up and like being thick or anything other than like super skinny or skinny was considered to be fat or not attractive. But now, or like the thigh gap was really, really trending. I think it might be still trending, but you know, like the fact that like what you see in other people's opinions can really, especially if they have such a high platform, it can really sway people's opinions about themselves and their bodies, which is so interesting. And also lips too, honey. You know, I used to be ashamed of my big lips, but now big lips are popping. When you in the process of connecting with new people, I think the first thing you want to ask yourself is like, is this person worth my time? Like, you just want to not forget who you are, especially when it comes to dating. Staying true to yourself, not biting your tongue. If something bothers you, speaking up. Like, there was a defend yourself, but like, that's also why I'm speaking so hard about getting your own opinions about things, because when you don't haven't developed your own opinions or your own way of thinking, it's very easily for you to become a sponge, or for somebody else to be very dominant over your mind. So yeah, and always drink water. Okay, so now I want to end this video, and I want to say thank you for watching, and I want to say please like and subscribe. Whoops that. I want to say please like and subscribe down below. I said it's so crazy. Hold up. Okay, let me reset it. So I want to say thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe and comment down below. Please comment in the comments. Please talk to me, okay? I will respond back. Interact with me. Share y'all ways. Some of the ways that y'all personally contribute into like really building yourself up, or like share some very crazy experiences where at one point you lived and you learned. It took some time, but you lived and you learned. And maybe somebody can learn from your experiences as well. Comment down below, interact with each other, and have a nice day. Thank you for watching again, and bye.
Self-love is all I need to find my inner peace. I'll see the pain decrease when I focus on me.